Hello, Jefferson family. This is week 28. My goodness. This is the week before spring break. So do this video, go enjoy your week off, and please remember to leave your computer closed during spring break. Don't even do anything electronics, just enjoy your break. So this week we're talking about the nose. Let's get going. Your nose lets you smell, and it's a big part of why you are able to taste things. The nose is the main gate of the respiratory system, your body's system for breathing. So, what is your nose? It's the main gate for the respiratory system. Without your nose, you just breathe like that. So your nose helps to quiet breathe. Very calm. The nose has two holes. Those are called the nostrils. The nostrils and the nasal passage are separated by a wall called the septum. Deep inside your nose, so deep inside there, close to your skull, your septum is made up of a very thin piece of bone. Closer to the tip of your nose, so there, the septum is made of cartilage. So I remember the cartilage, this part, and also your ear, all cartilage, which is flexible material that's firmer than skin or muscle. It's not hard as a bone, so that's why it moves around. Behind your nose, in the middle of your face, is a space called the nasal cavity. It connects with the back of your throat. So the nasal cavity is separated from the inside of your mouth by a palate called the roof of your mouth, by the palate. So the roof of your mouth, that's how it separates it. Getting air. When you inhale air through the nostrils, the air enters your nasal passage and travels into your nasal cavity. Then air that passes down the back of your throat is called into the trachea or windpipe that goes to the lungs. So, trachea, lungs. Your nose is a two-way street. When you exhale the old air from your lungs, the nose is the main way for the air to leave the body. So, but your nose is more of a passageway for air. The nose also warms, moistens, and filters the air before it goes into the lungs. So make sure that air is nice and fresh. The inside of your nose is lined with a moist, thin layer of tissue called the mucous membrane. It's a fun word to say, mucous membrane. This membrane warms up the air and moistens it. The mucous membrane makes mucus, that sticky stuff in your nose, you call snot. So the mucous membrane makes snot. Mucus captures dust, germs, and other small particles that could irritate your lungs. So snot is kind of helpful. Even though you're snotty, rolling out, it's protecting your lungs. If something does get trapped in there, you can probably guess what happens. You sneeze. So I can't breathe. Shoo! And all those particles shoot back out. So that's why right now we're wearing masks. If you sneeze, shoo! All those particles shoot all over the place. That's what we're teaching. This, sneeze into your mask, or if you're outside, sneeze far, far away from people so you're not sneezing right in their face. Further back in your nose, there's smaller little hairs called cilia that you can see only with a microscope. The cilia move back and forth to move the mucus out of the sinuses and back of your nose. Cilia can also be found in the linings of the air passages, which they help move mucus out of your lungs. So, the nose allows you to make sense of what's going on around you. Just as your eyes give you information by seeing, your ears help you out by hearing. The nose lets you figure out what's happening by smelling. It does this with help from many parts deep inside your nasal cavity and head. Up on the roof of your nasal cavity, so that's behind your nose, is a olfactory epithelium. Olfactory is a fancy word that has to do with smelling. Olfactory epithelium contains special receptors that are sensitive to odor molecules that travel through the air. These receptors are very small, super duper small. There are, only like 10 million of them in your nose. There are 100 different odor receptors, each with the ability to sense certain odor molecules. Research has shown that odor can stimulate several kinds of receptors. The brain interprets this combination of receptors to recognize any of the 10,000 different smells, maybe more. How signals get sent. When the small receptors are stimulated, so, ooh, that smells nice. The signals travel through the olfactory nerve to the olfactory bulb. The bulb is underneath the front of your brain, just above the nasal cavity. Signals are sent from the bulb to other parts of your brain to be interpreted as a smell you may recognize, like apple pie, chocolate chip cookies, delicious dinner. Identifying smells is your brain's way of telling you about your environment. Have you ever smelled your toast burning? Woo! In an instant, your brain interprets the smell and a problem, and you know you need to check your toast. Something burning? It's not just, oh, that smells burning. You also have to think, uh-oh, I better not let it burn down or burn my house down. So you got to move fast. You learn to associate certain smells with burning, and now your brain remembers the smell, so you recognize it. Your sense of smell also can help you keep safe. For example, if you warm, it can warn you not to eat something that smells rotten, or if there's a fire. So if you smell something, oh, that smells terrible, mom and dad. Well, don't eat that. Or, oh, this chewy. Just don't. If it smell it and doesn't smell good, kind of decide not to eat it. So most people think of the tongue when they think about taste. That's true. But you couldn't taste anything without some help from your nose. The ability to smell and taste go together because odors from foods allow us to taste more fully. Take a bite of food and think about how it tastes. Then pinch your nose and take another bite. Notice the difference? It's just another reason to appreciate your nose. So I left a couple links up here on our week assignment right here, the Science for Kids one. It is a fantastic one. Tons of different information on the nose. And on average, men have larger noses than women. Sorry, dudes. That's just the way it goes. Thank you, guys. Nose, that's this week. And next week is nothing. Spring break. Have fun. Bye.